What's the vast uncolonized area to the east? If so, the Siberian frontier would be awesome in that area. Oh, this? Yeah, 0 development. So it's just areas they haven't filled in yet. I'm actually a little surprised this isn't just wasteland. I guess they've already done the work for... Oh, maybe it's because of the trade routes. No, you can still put trade routes around the wasteland. Just have like a single uncolonized province in the middle of it. Unreachable. Yeah, it's just area that they haven't developed yet, I guess. Same as down here. This mod does a very similar development system to Old World Blues, where they do it on a region-by-region basis. Which I think is the right way to do these mods. Like now, having seen how different mods have developed, the ones that try to do the entire world just always feel really bland, because they don't ever get into the mechanics of actually changing how the mod functions. And I find that those are often the most successful. The possible exception of Kaiserreich, which doesn't really change much. Except for the design companies. Actually, the reason I got into Kaiserreich was because they added decent modifiers to the design companies. My money is on economic equality, that way we can be on par with the command. Quality would be a good choice. I had forgotten about quality. The only problem with quality is it also boosts naval, which we have 0 use for. Right, we have another road that's built to this one. No. Then it must have been this one. It was. Alright, so what are we going to call this? This is going to be Knology Road. Cool. And this army, with their general, can head over to Briggs End and start colonizing that. Thunderfist have embargoed us. Outrageous! We could train another 2 units, which I am going to do. And what else do I need? Ah, yes, the Dames Tier Manufactory, the Mage Tower in Dirt Hole Rock. Let's get that going, and cool. Am I purposefully not using the 4th colonist? He must have just become available. Oh no, I hadn't pressed the button. Ha! I sent the army, but I didn't press the button. Ovdal Kanzad is a perfect example of how mods can do good things with basic mechanics. Probably the most nations have played in EU4 in a long while with digging in the citadel. The unusual artillery bonuses and the reclamation of ancient lands against the greenskins. I mean, the reclamation of the ancient lands against greenskins, I would say, is like the biggest thing. And I am actually in love with this system because it allows the games to be so dynamic. Like, every game is going to be different just because different people claim different stuff. And then the fact that they've taken the time and actually, like, added tags based on where you settle with the different nations, like Kugdur up here. They were an adventurer band, and because they settled in Kugdur, they have now become that tag with the idea groups or the national traditions of Kugduris. Harol's Oldham, that's another one. They weren't here before. Although, oh no, those are unique. I love the fact someone in YouTube comments actually pointed this out. So the dwarf hold which I was most enamoured with at first was these guys. It's Ovdal Ludum. And I really like their ideas because they're super militaristic and they're like all about just being sturdy and stubborn and not giving any ground. And they're called the Remnant. And the Remnant are apparently like the generic dwarf hold ideas. The issue is every dwarf hold now has their own ideas except for these guys. So does that mean that this is still a generic dwarf hold? Or is this just their idea group now? Because if they're the only one that gets the generic set, then it's no longer generic. And I just like the idea that these guys consider themselves as like the remnant. And their ideas are interesting. Dev cost, infantry combat, discipline, shock damage received, goods produced, colonist, settler increase, fort defense, and military attack. Like, that's just so stubborn. It's just like, we're not giving up. So stubborn they don't get any original ideas. There you go. Their national idea is a minus 15% attack growth. Too bloody stubborn to change. Karakan. Ah, professionalism. Excellent. That must be 40%. Sweet. I forgot it's every 20% we get. I mean, we're still nowhere near the hobgoblins with their 72. I thought I was going to beat them through quality, but now I'm just not sure. Because I've got the numbers. Although, where's Dam now outnumbers them? Oh, 32 mercenaries. Yeah, that'll do it. And they've recharged their manpower fully as well. Ah, we can get an alliance with you at last. In that case, let's go ahead and cancel Velko Guland's diplomat and offer you an alliance. So we're now allied with you, 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 and you. We have got a pretty strong alliance chain. Tiltagard just keeps on losing territory. And restoring Hulal. Oh, right. We also need to make, whoops, you into an assembly point, because you are definitely deserving of a parliament. And we have another colonist, which was this guy? Yeah. So we'll go ahead and colonize you and send you there. Alright, this needs a name. This is gonna be Renreb Rod. Renreb Rod. That's a great name. Renreb Rod. It just flows off the tongue. That sounds like a properly dwarven name. Renreb Rod. Would my allies join me in a war against the command? No. No, they would not. So it's kind of looking like this is going to need to be a war against us. I mean, this is why I'm allying, like, people on their borders. And I have 5 Diplo slots, which I'm now using, right? Yeah. I hate that I've missed so much of this stream. I'm going to have to watch it back on YouTube. This looked like such a good game. This has been a great game so far. The only thing I'll say is at this point we are on the 4th stream, including one 6-hour stream. So even YouTube is going to be like 2 months behind at this point. Like, if you want to catch up in a hurry, I would really recommend you watch the VODs. Because what's that? It's 8 episodes per stream. That's 24 plus 12 for that one. That's 36. Yeah, that's over a month. Force them into a situation like the IRL. Germans were in, drain their manpower up with multiple fronts. Or just long tunnels of death. I mean, there is a reason I'm kind of defending this area in depth. Fort, 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 fort. Eventually a fort. Probably a fort. In fact, definitely a fort, because it's a junction. During the First has undertaken a set of measures to reform the military system of the country. Tactical innovations include shallower and broader formations to maximise firepower. No, we are not. Maximising firepower through mobility. We're maximising firepower by bringing in bigger guns. Thunderfist. Equal amongst men. Long has been our journey, but finally we have proven to all of those who have doubted us that we are true and respectable members of the civilized international community, whether they like it or not. Long are the days the Thunderfist people were slaughtered by bands of greedy adventurers. No, now we are the quest givers. They are no longer seen as monstrous. That's because they died. Thunderfist was the guys that were here. They were annexed. Pretty sure that's true. Oh, what's that? Spider wretch. Cave goblins. Leading to outside the mountains. Like, most of the exits go south or west. That's the only one I've seen that goes east. Interesting. Oh, we can finally see this. Kurain Uleg. Something really frickin' big is over here. Orcs flee the... Oh, no. Verkal Gulan's gone through. Oh, the sneaky sods. They found a way north. Interesting. That could be dangerous. Ah, they're now over 100 development as well. Can't peacefully vassalize them anymore. If we go to war with the goblins and not the command, for the command to get involved, yes or no? They're vassals, so yes, the command would be pulled in. Command is a mechanic to move the slave vassals to different states. Oh, interesting. Just peacefully gun them down with your cannons, then. We shall see. Okay. We can make another state, please do. And core all of that. Now, is there anywhere else that we need to be building workshops and temples? There's a couple of places where we could. A couple of places we could put money places to. That's a lot of manpower. Do that. And then after this, we start paying off loans. Probably. Kind of feels like our portion of income keeps going down and down and down. Gain 1.5 innovativeness. A religious local philanthropist has begun to create schools for poor children in Salmonrod. Yep, sounds good to me. How is my innovativeness now? 47.4%. We've absolutely been blitzing that. Oh, you know what? That could have interesting consequences. If I develop Hulaz Krazazol to 40, that's almost certainly going to trigger printing press here. It's going to take a long time for it to spread up to there. Oh, speaking of which, I still have that turned on in a few places, don't I? Yeah, I do, for 16 years. Whoops! Alright, fixed. We should make another 5 ducats a month because of that. My bad! And now we can explore the Cavern of Interest. That has been finished. It'll cost 150, which we can't afford right now. So next month we'll do that. We'll have you go ahead and colonize this. Goblins are being purged in many, many places. That's good. Cave collapse! In Ovdal Kanzad. Damn it! Didn't actually lose any development. Not so bad. And somebody has gone 7 years ahead of time. There is no way I'm spending 70% more admin power on that. Absolutely not. Tech 16 equals the Kanzadi Doom Cannons deleting hobgoblins. $16 to 18. Yeah, 16 is really where it starts to kick off, because you get the +1 fire damage. Which pretty much doubles the damage that cannon do with that one technology. Okay, so now we can explore the Cavern of Interest. Off we go. Let's have a look around, see what we find. The commanders embrace colonialism. God damn it, they are catching up. I don't like this. The advantage we had was technology. They're still 2 techs behind. That's true. Tech 12 is a really big one. Well, whatever happens, I can't do it until this is built, because I'm dependent on this being a fort. And probably this as well. I feel like I might even put one here. Huzzah! You know what? I think I will. We're going to start really working on defense in depth. I know I keep on saying that I'm going to save money and pay off loans. Oh well. A beautiful cavern. The cavern is vast and empty, except for at its very centre there lays a small yet ornate mausoleum. Whomever the dwarf is that lays within, he must have been a great man in the days of old of Dwarves. It may forever be uncertain exactly how he rose to prominence, since any inscriptions of name and rank have been worn away, but in his solemn rest he yet reminds us that the greatness of the dwarves once bore, and that we may bear yet in years to come. We have discovered the tomb of the legendary warrior Grangnir Steelbeard. Tomb of Grangnir Steelbeard gets +2 morale of armies and +0.2 prestige. Gains prestige and diplo power. That's pretty good. Do dwarves have the normal penalties for attacking in hills and mountains? Yes. But there are some areas which are easier to defend. Like, the main thing is the dwarf holds are a -2 to attacker, and if you have a fort there, then you're always the defender. So, attacking a dwarf hold head-on is going to be difficult. Defending these roads, they're also a -1. So they're not a -2 like mountains. And we are about to finish that tech. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go to development. We're going to sort this by cost. And we're going to develop some of the wealthier trade goods like copper. Especially if it's on a road. Something like that. Ooh, gems. Although gems aren't worth as much as they used to be. We'll still develop it up a little. We're still like... Oh, no. Shoot. I wanted to save some Diplo power so I could dev this place up. We'll come back to that. It's fine. No debate in the assembly. Another merchant, another diplomat, fort maintenance, fort defense. Inflation reduction. We do have a fair amount of inflation. Or if we're going to go to war, then the tax provinces for fortifications. I'm going to do that, because I think we are going to go to war soon. Whether that's necessarily going to be in the next 10 years. Yeah, it probably will be.
Raiding party!
These are quite rough. Chewy Shoot, thank you very much for the raid. Welcome to Chewy's viewers. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? What were you playing? Raid! Launch the longships. See off the raiders. What were you guys playing? Anbennar orcs. Interesting. Our arch rivals, in other words. Although really our arch rivals at this point are the hobgoblins. Bloody hobgoblinses. There we go. Upgraded fortifications. And unfortunately that's just made me spend all of the money that I was saving up to build the fort in this province. Troubleshooter rod. Do we have colonization tech? We've been colonizing pretty aggressively. So, yes. Have I considered doing a How to Play Beginner series for this game? I had a quick look and there's not any. Not initially, because I like to know more about the games I'm doing beginner series for. I mean, I'm going to be honest. Huzzah! The baseline mechanics of this game are vanilla. It just uses those mechanics in really interesting ways. So, seriously, if you can play vanilla, you can play this. Bear in mind, this is just my first ever playthrough of this. I haven't really struggled. There are a few things which are a bit unclear. Like the importance of the holds. But that's the kind of thing you kind of pick up just playing. Inflation's only 5%. For me, that's pretty low. Let's see. Advisors. I probably want trade efficiency. And I also definitely want you upgrading to level 5. Beautiful. Dwarves are a good way to start in this mod. And I would say that especially Ovdal Kanzon are a good one. Very beginner friendly. Can I tell you what a horde curse is? No. And don't tell me either, because I've not come across it yet. Gold. There'll be gold in them there roads. That's good, because it's a road instead of a cavern. That's the second gold province we found on the road. Whoa, Nimsgard. Pillar of the heavens, a path to the stars. Though the beast was, at first, extremely resistant to us, over time it slowly but surely became more docile. Perhaps at one point the beast's ancestors were tamed by the Precursors or some other group, but there is no way to truly know. However, with the beast leading us, our arrival to our goal was far more rapid than anyone could have expected. As our expedition excitedly digs into the Great Mound, we uncover what must once have been the top of a pillar, in near-perfect condition. A great circular room constructed of marble, containing several gigantic stone circles, clearly portals now inactive, each inscribed to the image of a different world. It seems that the pillar serves as a logistical hub, not just for this world, but for others as well. Within the room, we have found another logbook, in far better condition than the last, which tells of regular trade between the Precursor Empire and colonies on other worlds across our solar system, from Mesnaria to the world we know as Agredent. The logbook also tells of exotic goods, flora and fauna being transported between the colonies and Halan. Yet, at some point, a century or so before the ruin, the trade appears to stop. It seems that the colonies, as a collective, sealed the portals from the other side, perhaps having predicted what was to come. With the ceasing of interplanetary trade, it appears that the pillar slowly fell out of use until the ruin itself, when it was destroyed along with the rest of the Precursor Empire. From these ruins, we have surely obtained several boons. Already, artificers and mages alike discuss how best to adapt this portal technology to our own use. Not to mention the masses of Precursor artifacts found lying around within the subterranean ruins of the tower. Yet one question arises in the minds of all who hear the tale of the pillar. Do the Precursors remain on other worlds? And someday, will they see fit to return? Nimsgard gains prestige. They gain 800 crowns. Pillar of Heaven till the end of the game. Local goods produced +3. Prestige. Tech cost reduction. Precursor relics will be produced in Anbennar 2565. Nimscod gains base production, Anbennar 2565, base tax and manpower. That just shows us the Nimscod capital. Oh, unless it's this. Nope, that's Duran. Still haven't seen anything of the New World. There's a couple of little islands now being revealed. Smuggler's Cache, Pearl's Edge, Estrelor, East Damarian. Nothing else yet, though. And I think I am going to drop inflation one tick, just to keep it below 5. What mod is this? Anbennar. Dan Cad, Ocelot of War, Direful Atom, and Kilcreath, thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Florian, thank you very much for the 4-month resubscription. Very much appreciate the ongoing support there. Thank you. And Blue Ocean gifted a sub to Smokecats. Congratulations on the gifted sub there, Smokecats, courtesy of Blue Ocean. There was a very frustrating mechanic called Demonsterization, and it sapped a ton of mana and weakened us a ton. Demonsterization makes you civilized and means that you lose the Purge Monsters CB that all of the civilized races get. We use that to pretty quickly claim the mountain, so I'm not surprised that that's a big deal. Because that's one of the timed modifiers, if I remember where those are. There they are. Yeah, Monstrous Nation. It loses you the Monstrous Nation, which gives the CB against you from everyone. Makes you a lot harder to conquer. And one of the ways of losing it is if you have the "We have successfully changed the perception of our country in the international community." And Florian did have a message as part of the resub, but I'm not seeing it. Where's that gone? There it is. Finally resubscribed after some time. I really enjoy these streams. Thank you, Florian. Appreciate that. And Foxen wants me to drink some tea. I will get on that in just a moment. It's Memer Penguin. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Foxen, this one's for you. Chewie started as Frozenmoor, so these guys. Now known as Grombar. Apparently they're a good choice. I've heard a lot of positive things about Frozenmoor. Am I going to do any exploring of the unknown chunks of water? That's going to be a bit difficult, considering I'm in the heart of the mountains right now. So, probably not. Ooh, we're getting power projection. Sweet. And we're getting the +1 leaders without upkeep. We could try to get power projection. Oh, it's because we're embargoing. Right. And also because we're a great power. In fact, the majority of that's coming from the great power. We can send them a scornful insult. That gets us to 41. The hobgoblins know nothing about running a state. Give me another one. That's not really an insult. Your entire line suffers from... No. Tales of your No. Ah, here we go. Can your soldiers hit a barn yet, or do they still think muskets are clubs? Yeah, that one's going to hit hard. Coming from the cannon dwarves. Ha-ha! Morons. Using pokey, pointy sticks still. Gah. Although citizens are encouraged to show trust and good faith in these exchanges, the reality in many nations is a risk that people cannot afford to take. This, however, is not the case in Ovdal Kanzad, as stipulated in the ancestor worship teachings. State maintenance goes down a tad, so we'll gain some extra monies. Colony is self-sustaining, Black Cavity. How many colonies do we still have going? We have 3. So one of you has lost your colonist, and it would be you. So this army